Setting it up. And I'm 5 minutes in. Come on. Oh, you. Ay, 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 mama. Achi, mama. Copy. There you go. And we go over here. And we put this in here. Paste. And that's it, folks. Okay, pull this back over. We'll wait until 6 then. Damn, why is it doing that? Okay, how do you start this thing? Is it that? That's no good. That is no good. Now there you go. Remove that, yes, and just do it. I can't do it, it won't let me. Alright. Alright, what's the deal here? Go here. I'm still working out bugs, so be patient with me. No, that didn't come through yet. Gotta go here. And you have to, don't schedule it. Just publish now. There we go. Alright, now we'll see. Oh, here we go. Come on. Two of them. I think we got this. All right. It's running on Patreon. There's two of them. Okay, good. Okay, we're being live streamed. Hey everybody. It's good to see you. Anybody who's here anyway. I'm just going to play these songs because I love them and I want you to get a chance to hear them, and we'll go from there. This is the one I want right here. The first song I'm going to play tonight is a song that Susan wrote about 1.5 years ago now. It was one of the first ones we worked on together, maybe the third or fourth one. But it's called Taos Mountain, and it's kind of about this place that we live in. Let's see, there it is. And it goes like this. held him in a painter's light, full of promise, shiny bright. She knew of all the gifts he had. None quite touched her like the music had. She thought of him the most at daybreak, when the sun shines through the aspen trees, as she's gazing back across the river. He's the empty space a shadow leaves. Let the wind blow all the snow. Let the wind blow all the snow. Let the wind blow all the snow off Taos Mountain. Soon with the coming of the spring, gone like footprints in a stream, down the dirt road in the high desert. She knows there's no other place he'd rather be. A song he left behind is now a whisper in the river where the horses drink, an imprint of a hand upon a window, a cup left behind in an empty sink. Let the wind blow all the snow. Let the wind blow all the snow. Let the wind blow all the snow off Taos Mountain. Sometimes we think our hearts half empty, on nights we feel the heavy full moon's pull. Remember, our thoughts may be deceiving, for it's really a heart that's full. Let the wind blow all the snow. Let the wind blow all the snow. Let the wind blow all the snow off Taos Mountain. There it is. Let the wind blow all the snow. Let the wind blow all the snow. Let the wind blow all the snow off Taos Mountain. Okay, out of the way. The first song's out of the way. I got one little mess up in there, but hey, I'm a professional. I can mess up with the best of them. Next song is one that I wrote that, oh boy, I'm going to make that stop happening. This song came to me one day. It announced itself one morning. I was just getting up for the day, and I had a voice in my head, and it said, "Oh my gosh, you're still here. You're still breathing." I was like, "What?" I went out in the living room here and looked out the picture window at the mountain next to me, and this song just kind of came out. It's called New Mexico. I love this place, by the way. I don't want to move ever again. This is New Mexico. Every day I wake to find I'm still breathing. It always shocks me I'm still here to take a waking breath again. It's very comforting. Another day, another sky so clear. The sunchokes are blooming everywhere. It's funny what a little rain can do. Jackrabbits and prairie dogs, they're quite a pair. And the hummers are all here too. It's a lovely morning, a great day to be alive. Trees are dancing in the wind. The lizards are making the cats cry. He's hoping for a glimpse of their Cheshire grins. It's a lovely morning in New Mexico. Birds are chirping and eating well. The sugar water is all ready to go. It's a wonderful place to dwell. Oh, it's a wonderful place to dwell. Oh, autumn will return on some near future date. The elk come down to blare their trumpets. They come each year to find their mates, and it's almost like they use a compass. With the winter snow, it gets quiet as a mouse, and the star canopy at night shows everything. We'll stay inside our comfortable house, drink our coffee and hold on for spring. It's a lovely morning, a great day to be alive. Trees are dancing in the wind. The lizards are making my cats cry. He's hoping for a glimpse of their Cheshire grins. It's a lovely morning in New Mexico. Birds are chirping and eating well. Sugar water is all ready to go. It's a wonderful place to dwell. Oh, it's a wonderful place to dwell. Oh, it's a wonderful place we dwell. Oh, New Mexico. I have to tell you, we've been having monsoons the last few weeks, and we got a couple more weeks ahead, and we've been losing our electricity every once in a while. So if this thing explodes, you're going to see me come back. I'm not sure it's going to show up on the... I'm not sure what's going to happen, actually. It'll come back somehow. But if the electricity goes out, I may disappear for a little while. But we'll get over that. I'd like to play this next song for you. This is the song I wrote about my grandfather. And my grandfather was an amazing man. Well, the song will explain it, actually, because I really don't need to. I don't need to reiterate what the song says. So this is a song about my grandpa, and it's called Spilled a Little Blood. My grandpa worked the steel mills in northern Illinois, the Phoenix Steel Company, till he retired from his employ. 47 years he'd go to work early in the morn. He'd bend horseshoes all day till the sound of the horn. Then he'd come home to Grandma, but first to take a shower, to remove the grime and the grit of a day's work in an hour. Then he'd go to work in the yard till the sun set in the west. He'd tend the garden to bring the food to the table to be blessed. My grandpa was a quiet man, he never had a lot to say. A pipe wrench in his hand, he'd work on the car in the driveway. Sometimes he would curse expletives in a flood, and he only felt the job was done if he spilled a little blood. My grandpa never learned how to read or write in school, but he did things his own way, always followed the golden rule. But a wiser man you never meet in your time on this earth. He knew how to fix things from the moment of his birth. I learned how to use a saw and a hammer and a nail. I watched him and my dad build our house to every detail. They spent all their free time to get the house just right, to have a place for the boys and the girls to sleep at night. My grandpa was a quiet man, he never had a lot to say. A pipe wrench in his hand, he'd work on the car in the driveway. Sometimes he would curse expletives in a flood, and he always felt the job was done if he spilled a little blood. Now as a young man I never learned how to swear, but I heard a bunch from Grandpa, all that he could spare. And I use them sometimes, just hoping against hope I would not get my mouth washed out with Mom's Ivory soap. My grandpa was a quiet man, he never had a lot to say. A pipe wrench in his hand, he'd work on the car in the driveway. Sometimes he would curse expletives in a flood, and he only felt the job was done if he spilled a little blood. Yeah, he only felt the job was done if he spilled a little blood. True story. My grandpa used to use a pipe wrench on the car. He'd be taking the oil filter off the car, and he'd bang his hand, blood come out of his knuckles, and he'd just... It's great. I learned a lot from him too, beyond my swear words. I learned a lot more than that from him. The next song is going to be the really brand new one. This is about a week old now, and Susan wrote this while she was in, she completed it while she was in Texas for her little vacation with her son, and I got it. I got it when she was still there, and I worked it up, and she heard it the first time, and she said, "Yeah, that's it." This song is called Copper Penny Princess, and it's a true story, and it's a song about loss. A bead of sweat glistened on her forehead, copper ringlets pressed hot on her cheek. Her eyes stared blankly out the window. It was Wednesday during Christmas week, but for me it was the last I ever saw her. Her blue eyes made my heart take flight. It was a cold day in the midst of winter. On the pavement, snow reflected Christmas lights. So come to me, my copper penny princess. Bring to me your ringlets red and gold. Your love illuminates me like a candle, for my eyes are dim and I'm growing old. When you were near, I lost all kinds of lonesome. When you were here, I somehow found my way through a mass of curls that shimmered like a sunset, tangled strands as red as Georgia clay. Oh, sorry. And I didn't know just where you were going. Gotta catch these things. I might have been too young to even ask. I just know you didn't come home that evening. In the cold of winter, I knew it was our last. So come to me, my copper penny princess. Bring to me your ringlets red and gold. Your love illuminates me like a candle, for my eyes are dim and I'm growing old. It was a time before there was good medicine. Mama said your heart just ran away. If you were born today, they might have fixed it, but now you're forever lost in yesterday. Now all I have left are my memories and this lock of your hair in my hand. I wished for one last chance to hold you and to know the last thoughts you never said. So come to me, my copper penny princess. Bring to me your ringlets red and gold. Your love illuminates me like a candle, for my eyes are dim and I'm growing old. For my eyes are dim and I'm growing old. Thanks for listening to me. I'm so glad you guys are all on my Patreon, because it's like the best thing I've ever seen. I get to make music for you, and I get to teach some of you, and a whole bunch of things. This next song is one of mine I wrote over Thanksgiving last year when I was at my mother's house, and I was working on a song, and I found this little Eva Cassidy riff that she did on a song called Wade in the Water, Wade in the Water, Children, which we always sing at the end of song school every year at Rocky Mountain Folks Festival. And I started writing words, and this is what came out. It's called Paths Not Taken. Well, my feet have started moving, I don't want to sing the blues. I gotta be down the highway, I don't want to pay my dues. I got problems with my aging, I no longer can refuse. It's time to run from hecklers who think they know what I should choose. I'd like to sit out on a white sand beach and watch the world go by, or high up on a mountaintop with nature in my eye. I want to live in the sunshine, puffy clouds rolling by, with all the sky blue atmosphere I can find before I die. 'Cause path's not taken, our past lost. There is no reckoning of final cost. Who knows which choice will make it right for all the things we choose to do tonight. Well, I always miss the mark on the high road to the future. There are no second chances by any way I can measure. Am I asking too much for the universe to deliver a few moments of solitude for this cheapskate beginner? So I guess I'll keep on moving, letting mystery take the lead. Continue to pay the piper as much as he may need. Out tilling the garden, planting every seed. You never know how many lost souls you may be able to feed. This path's not taken, our path's lost. There is no reckoning the final cost. Who knows which choice will make it right for all the things we choose to do tonight. Now the piper keeps hounding me, he's trying to keep me under his spell. I never knew I was such a prize, but he keeps ringing my bell. I've given everything I've got to give to make him leave me be, but he never stops chasing after, no matter how I try to make him see. The path's not taken, our path's lost. There is no reckoning the final cost. Who knows which choice will make it right for all the things we choose to do tonight. Path's not taken is what that's called. This next song is one of Susan's, and this was written while we were living in Colorado. Well, I think you'll know what the song is about when you hear it. It's called Blink of an Eye, or In the Blink of an Eye. In the blink of an eye, with the cock of a gun, you lay on the floor where you try to outrun the streak of a bullet, the heat from a gun. You were only 20, a life just begun, in Boulder, Colorado. Peaceful little mountain town. There's snow on the mountains, blood on the ground. Pausing breath just to listen, hidden corners in a room. A path of bloody footprints, the smoke of gunfire looms. Troubled souls prowl the darkness, sometimes see the light of day. Their shots pierce the madness, draining lifeblood away. In Boulder, Colorado, peaceful little mountain town. Oh, there's snow on the mountains, there's blood on the ground. Do the sirens in the distance come for me? In the clearness of this vision, I can see that he pulled the trigger, he held the gun. Now we're held accountable for the deeds he has done. While in Boulder, Colorado, in the Flatirons' shadowed ground, shots will echo through the canyon till all arms are laid down. Till all arms are laid down. All arms are laid down. I've had my share of mess-ups tonight, but I feel good about the songs, and they sound good to me. And the next one is another one of Susan's. This one took a little work because I could never get the guitar part right, and she's pretty much a stickler with what she wants when she hears me play. She knows I can get it eventually, but this one took me a while. And the first time, the reason why it really hurt was I was using this chord, which is an E minor 9 chord, and she kept hearing. She said, "Are you playing a Horse with No Name?" And I said, "Oh, shoot." So I had to rewrite it a little bit, and I finally got to this point. Susan writes a lot of songs about the area we live in, and this one in particular, Puff of Smoke, is her kind of her history of this area, and I hope you like it. It's called Puff of Smoke. My footprints fall where yours fell more than 100 years ago. One day they'll all be covered beneath a new fallen snow. Many years before us, and long after man's no more, haunted by hollow drum beats of those who've gone before. Campfire flames reflected upon a Mustang's face, sound of rumbling hoofbeats gone without a trace, cries and haunting sorrows still carried on the wind. In the pine trees you can hear them, for the halls of time can mend. Smoke on the prairie speaks of times long ago, drifting through the desert. There's wisdom in the stone. Sage, smoke, and fire ash, along with words we spoke. We bury all our memories, they're gone in a puff of smoke. dark nights at day's end. Sunrise, a new day begins. 100 years, 1,000 fires, time's ashes on the wind. Pinon wood smoke lingers, though a puff of smoke won't last. Like footprints in a snowstorm, reaching back to days long past. Mountains hold the secrets the desert trails won't tell. Memories drift through the pinon where all the shadows fell. Walking with ghosts in graveyards, years flow by like falling leaves. For the times we don't remember, sometimes mankind grieves. Smoke on the prairie speaks of times long ago. Drifting through the desert, there's wisdom in the stone. Sage, smoke, and fire ash, along with words we spoke. We bury all our memories, they're gone in a puff of smoke. Thanks. And the next one is going to be another guitar, because this one is in standard tuning and this one is not. Come here, guitar. All right. Okay, let's see, where do I play this one at? Right there. Actually, it's one more up. Yeah. That's better. This song is called On the Wings of Geese. And it's one of the first ones we wrote. Actually, Susan wrote most of the words. I loved the geese when I lived in Colorado, and I loved watching them go by every day over my house, over our house there. And she watched me watch these, trying to get videos of these birds going by, and she wrote down these words, and I decided to turn them into a song. It's called On the Wings of Geese. A flock of geese flies in a V formation, high above my home throughout the day. Try that again. I knew that note was out, but I didn't want to touch it. There we go. A flock of geese flies in a V formation, high above my home throughout the day. I sometimes wish that I could join them, but I'm here on the ground with feet of clay. Sometimes we don't stay the same forever. Things happen and can change us where we stand. If we're lucky with our lot, our hearts get bigger. and we learn to grow and thrive right where we land. On the wings of geese my soul leaves my window, and I'm perfect as I once was long ago. There are no limits to this body or its shackles, for I am flying on the wings of geese I go. When I see those geese above me in a blue sky, I wonder where they've been and where they'll go. When the winds bring the bitter cold of winter, they fly to places I will never know. I know a woman who is living in a wheelchair. She did all the things an active person does. Sickness came and took away her power and everything she ever thought she was. But on moonlit nights her soul leaves her window, and she's graceful as she once was long ago. There are no limits to this body or its shackles, for she is flying on the wings of geese she goes. Now there are those who know our bodies don't define us. It's what's inside that makes us who we are. If we're lucky with our lot, our hearts get, that's not right. There are those who know our bodies don't define us. It's what's inside that makes us who we are. For when we carry love along this journey, although earthbound, we will have traveled far. And the story finds me joining many others as my body struggles just to walk or stand. But in my dreams I'm moving like I once was, and I'm looking for that one last place to land. But on frosty nights my soul leaves my window, and I'm just as I was once long ago. There are no limits to this body or its shackles, for I am flying on the wings of geese I go. There are no limits to this body or its shackles, for I am flying on the wings of geese I go. Well, we got a few more songs left here. This one is interesting because I wrote it for the Southwest Folk Alliance Conference last year, and what they do there at the conference is they give you a prompt, and you take the prompt, and in 3 days, by Sunday morning, you're supposed to write a song. Well, I've never been able to do this. It's too hard to do. It's too busy at the conference, and there's too many distractions, and you're playing shows, and you're doing classes, and it's like, well, this time I did it. And it all came because of the prompt that they gave me, Dallas Allen gave me. And the prompt was, here today, still here tomorrow. Kind of intriguing little thing. And first thing I said to myself was, wait a minute, yeah. And then I remembered, and I told them that day when I played it on Sunday morning, I said, I have a friend here. He's sitting on the couch on the other side of the room, and he is a world-class saw player. You know, saw player. And I told him he would take a break at one point, and play a saw solo. So this is my song, Here Today, Still Here Tomorrow. This is a lot of how my life is these days. Let's see, how do I play this? Ah, yeah. My James Goodall to my left, I got my Larrabee on the right. Tom knows old Taylor on the couch, 6 more in the rack within my sight. Each one's set to a different tuning, so I can reach for the one. The right guitar for the right moment, all I see is fun, fun, fun. You ask me if I'm happy in retirement, I bring up a smile so slow. I plan on being here a mighty long time, here today, still here tomorrow. Where's my second 3-string capo? It works so well in Diggity Gad. With a full capo on the first fret, it becomes my favorite comrade. If it wasn't for these versatile friends of mine, my life would be a sorrier sight. They help me fill in a lot of time, making every day so bright. You ask me if I'm happy in retirement, I bring up a smile so slow. I plan on being here a mighty long time, here today, still here tomorrow. Oh, they say when you retire, still do the things you love so you don't waste your time away. You'll turn your mind to mush when you know you got so much more to say. So write down the words, pick up a guitar, build yourself a masterpiece. You never know what's gonna happen next. It's my favorite way to be released. Here we go. Ask me if I'm happy in retirement, I bring up a smile so slow. I plan on being here a mighty long time, here today, still here tomorrow. Oh, here today, still here tomorrow. Take it home. Thanks. I started too fast on that one. That's what happened there. Sometimes you just don't know what you're doing. And it's a lot of times. I lived in the Chicago area a lot of my life, about the first 21 years of my life. And I loved Steve Goodman, and I loved John Prine and the scene that happened in Chicago. I didn't really get to spend much time because I wasn't quite old enough. But my love for... my first love of Steve Goodman came, of course, with everybody else's, which was City of New Orleans. And for years, I tried to write a train song, and I just never could get the right feel for it. And then one day I said, you know what, I think I can do this. And this song came out. This song is called It's Gonna Be a Train. And my favorite way of traveling is the train. And this will tell the story. It's going to be a train. Some folks drive their cars to get away. They might go far, but it'll take a few days. It takes a while to get around. Coffee helps bring you to that town. But my first thought, whooped. Take 2. Wow. Here we go. Now some folks drive their cars to get away. They might go far, but it'll take a few days. It takes a while to get around. Coffee helps bring you to that town. but my first choice will always be a train. When some people run from life, they take a boat. They only get their kicks when they're afloat. A monsoon can bring vacation pain, swept away by a hurricane. My first choice will always be a train. It's gonna be a train. It's the best way to get around. It's gonna be a train. The nicest folks in town, gourmet food in the dining car. The conductor says we're gonna go far. My first choice will always be a train. Some people take a plane to get out of town. It's the fastest way of all to get around. But I find flying in the air inane. Too much speed drives me insane. My first choice will always be a train. It's gonna be a train. It's the best way to get around. It's gonna be a train. The nicest folks in town, gourmet food in the dining car. The conductor says we're gonna go far. My first choice will always be a train. Now I have a friend who doesn't like to fly. When he gets up in the air, he says, oh my. Oh, I knew I shouldn't get on this train. I doubt my dinner will remain. I guess I should have taken a train. You should have taken a train. It's the best way to get around. You should have taken a train. The nicest folks in town, gourmet food in the dining car. The conductor says we're gonna go far. My first choice will always be a train. Sitting in the observation car, the conductor says, I don't know where we are. My first choice will always be a train. Yeah, my first choice will always be a train. Woo! One more song. Thanks for listening, everybody. For some of you who may be hearing me for the first time, which I don't think there's too many of you, thanks for coming out, because I love doing this. It's my favorite thing to do in the world. This is C suspended 2 tuning. Not that that's important to you. It's really not important to too many people. But it is to me. I love this tuning, and I love playing with it. And basically, I did this song from a prompt a friend gave me for a show we did on his podcast. And this song's a little bit different from what ended up being on the podcast. But he gave me a bunch of prompts. And usually, like I said earlier, I'm not good with prompts. But I worked it for a week, and I started out with perfection was in part of the prompt, and I started thinking about a perfect life. And this was there when COVID was running rampant. And this was my song to alleviate I was feeling. And so this is my one and only COVID song. I hope to never write another one. And it's called Perfect Life. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm going to cut out after this one and let you all have the rest of your night. Goes like this. Something's out. Take two. I used to run with the wolves without a care in the world. I ran the plains like the wind, a beast, my freedom unfurled. We were strong in our pack, we did everything together, knowing we couldn't live apart, not without each other. Now it's been a long time since we shared the land. Oh, I miss those times. With all my friends I'd stand. Now I'm bound to my home to save my precious life. I sit here all alone, remembering what it was like to be able to live in a perfect world. Never thinking it could ever end, without any worries about tomorrow. I want to live a perfect life again. Remember the times we could go anywhere we wanted, to live a life that pleased us, completely unbounded, no matter what the cost. It's time to be living apart. No, that's not right. No matter what the cost, there it is, of our heart's desires. Now we run through the forest like we're evading a wildfire, to be able to live in that perfect world. Never thinking it would ever end, without any worries about tomorrow. I want to live a perfect life again. Now I can't see my grandparents, they're in assisted living. I wish I could be with them as they live their days alone. Gatherings with our loved ones, it's a time to be living apart, a life of carefree moments. I want to hold them with open arms, to be able to live in that perfect world. Never thinking it would ever end, without any worries about tomorrow. I want to live a perfect life again, without any worries about tomorrow. I want to live a perfect life again. Thanks, everybody. Thanks very much for everything. It's been fun. It's been fun. I'll stop this thing in the pattern I have to stop it in, which I think that's not it. This is it right here. First we knock off. Okay, stop the recording. No, stop this one. There we go.